Hey everybody, I'm Michelle with Birdie Bloom, and today I am going to bring a bag that I have been meaning to talk about for a while. It's one of the travel bags that I've pretty much incorporated into my own collection. I've used it quite a bit recently, and most recently on the last trip I went on, which I also have a story to share. She is not in the best condition because of this trip, and I'm going to talk about it. So first, as you guys know, if you're in my Facebook group, you might have known that I was in Cancun recently, and I've traveled quite a bit in my time, and I have never had anything taken from a bag that I've checked at the airport, though I have always been warned of the such, but I guess I let my guard down. And I did a checked bag in Cancun mainly for sunscreen purposes. I wanted to bring a lot of sunscreen. I was bringing my whole family. And it was apparent when I got my bag back home that somebody had gone through that checked bag at the airport. I had this one in here, and this is the bag I'm gonna talk about, and it's really rough right now. But inside this bag, I had a very special bag to me. It wasn't vintage Coach, but it was a vintage Louis Vuitton. It happened to be a little case that I never did a video on. I don't have any pictures of. I am heartbroken by this, but I used it a lot, and it happened to have my birth year in it. It wasn't my birth month and year, which would have been 183. It was, I believe it was a 383, but it was very close to my birthday, and I considered it a birthday bag. So that was taken. And along with that, they fortunately emptied most of what was in that little bag out, which happened to be contact stuff. Grateful for that, because I'm about to run out of contacts. I had all of them with me that I had left, and I don't have an appointment until like next month. So they did empty that out, but they left a couple of pairs of earrings that I had in the bag. So those were also taken. Yeah, so that little piece is gone, and that's kind of a piece that I can't really replace very easily. It was in excellent condition, again, specifically from 1983. That was a long time ago, and it's hard to find. And I used to spend a lot more time looking for things like that, so I'm not really doing that currently, putting my time elsewhere, and I don't anticipate being able to get that bag back very easily. So I'm really sad about that. I've kind of gotten over it, but let this be a warning. I knew about it. I knew of the risk. Normally I shouldn't have even had it in my checked bag. I did because I was packing for everybody, and it just kind of slipped my mind, and I just threw bags in there, including this one, which I told you the Louis Vuitton was inside this little bag, and you see it's pretty much wrinkled and crushed at this moment. It didn't look like this. It's gone on multiple trips with me, and it's fared pretty well, but they had essentially had this one open, and like it was all like crushed like this, like this in my bag with the things in it, and it was just, yeah, and it was packed in the carry-on, so, and zip, so it was like stayed like this for a while in my bag, and so now it needs to be revived, which I anticipate will happen pretty easily. But yeah, so thanks for letting me share that story. I am really sad about it, but I'm just trying to let it go, right? What can I do about it? Feel violated, but I should have not had it in that bag, though people should also not steal from you, but it is what it is. So what is this bag? Well, it's kind of a rare bag, and it wasn't one that I was initially going to keep, but I ended up really liking it. I was like, well, let me try it first. And after I took it one time, I was sold. But what she is she's a 5011 large zip top case. And as you can see, she is quite large, and she is great for traveling. And we'll talk about that a little bit. Sorry that I'm doing this video a little late. There was one on sale on Etsy and the seller actually knew what the bag was, which I find very interesting because normally if you find this bag, their person is not likely to know what they have because it's not a common item. You're not gonna see it often. It was probably a while before I even realized what it was myself. And yeah, I don't think they were made for very long. It was new in 1997, spring of 1997. It was listed in 1997 catalogs, both in the travel section and as just like a common bag, a common basic bag. Here are some catalog photos, but she's definitely travel leather with that travel black, easy to clean, and I need to clean it. Sorry, it's dirty. That easy to clean material that's also going to be a little water resistant. So the only identifying thing on these is this cartouche on the bottom of the bag. And I think she'll clean up well. Look at, she's kind of got some watermarks. She's, yeah, she's rough. But this leather, it's a little rougher, it's tougher, it's harder. It's travel wear leather. It's still kind of soft. It feels good in my opinion, but it's different. And I'm gonna tell you guys, across the board for vintage Coach bags, even bags that are the same style, you know, again, different countries, different years, different colors, leather can feel different. We still consider it like good in the vintage Coach world, right? Quality leather, but they all don't have the same feel. And I do want to do a video on that. And I would actually probably say my personal favorite comes from the earlier eras where we call that like that thick and chewy leather. It's not really soft. It's not even super pliable though. I mean, it's still pliable, but oftentimes it has a very pebbly appearance, even though it wasn't a pebbled leather. Those are my personal favorites. And I just think because they have so much character and they are so like resilient, but I digress. We'll talk about that soon. Just keep that in mind. If you're new to getting vintage Coach bags and something, and I know I've said this before, you know, especially with like my paint videos or when I find polish on a bag, like there is this feel, there's something I feel that's different. But again, not all vintage Coach leather is gonna feel the same. So it just comes from me handling so many bags over the years. But yeah, they don't all feel the same. They are a little different. Look how crushed she is. Oh my gosh. And this is gonna be one of them. This bag, this leather feels different. Travel leather, typically in general, though I felt many different types of travel leather bags, they have a little bit of a tougher feel to them, a little rougher, tougher. So in this bag, you have a full-length zip pocket, okay, all lined. This cute little leather lining around the zipper. And then you also have these two deep pockets here and opens really well. You know, the zipper goes all the way down, so you get this wide opening. And I just find this bag to be great to carry essentials, you know, face stuff, eye stuff. I usually have my makeup in a separate bag, another vintage Coach bag typically, but yeah, I take all of my toiletry items that I want to travel with and I put them in here and I love it. It's great. So I will share with you her revival and how I do it when I get to it. Don't know when that's gonna be. But that's all I got for you. 12 by 7 1/8, I believe, by 3. That's pretty much the bag, how big it is. It's big. So if you see this, no, you're not gonna see them often, and you might wanna grab it if this is like a size that you want. So, especially if you like to travel. So yeah, all right, well, thanks for watching this. My next video, I don't know if it's gonna be my next video. I really wanna talk about something that's kind of controversial, guys. I have a lot of bags still to talk about. I am not running out of material, just time. I don't have the time, but I wanna do this video that, just a heads up, is going to be controversial. I don't know how people are going to take it. It's okay. I'm not going to tell you what the topic is. You're going to have to tune in to see, but I'm excited about it whenever it happens, whether it be this next one or the one after that. So yeah, thanks for watching this. Subscribe to my channel if you want more Vintage Coach bag talks. Join Vintage Coach Eye Candy. Sometimes I share things prior to YouTube videos. Not always, but join Vintage Coach Eye Candy if you just want to look at other people's bags too, or share your own. If you want to get some Vintage Coach Eye Candy. That's it. That's all I got for you. I'm glad this didn't get stolen too. It could have. That would have been heartbreaking as well. So there's a happy side to my recent travel loss story. But yeah, so all right, guys, bye.